Hello, this is James Wagner, the Assistant Commissioner of the Colonial States Athletic Conference. And during the 2021 academic year, we'll be using our Friday feature to talk to various members of the CSAC family about what is going on their campuses. This week, we talked to Bryn Athyn new head basketball coach Sean Westerlund about the challenges of starting as a new head coach during the age of COVID-19 and his experiences in Division III. All right, Sean, the first question I want to ask you is obviously welcome to the CSAC, and just tell us a little bit about yourself, your background in coaching, and why you choose Bryn Athyn.
Yeah, for sure. So I've been coaching basketball for the last 10 years, and I started out at a small private Christian school in Darlington, Maryland named Hartford Christian. That's where I got my start. It's actually funny because my twin brother and I, we actually were at Lancaster Bible at the time, being student athletes there, and he got the head job at 19 years old of a high school program. He's like, Sean, I want you to come out and help us with the point guards. And I was like, nah, I don't think I want to do that, bro. I think I just want to focus on being a college student, focus on college soccer, college baseball, and that's it. So I ended up going for one practice. I ended up staying there for 6 years. I was 3 years as the lead assistant and 3 years as a head coach. From there, I was able to parlay that to coach at Hood College for the last 4 years. And, you know, we've been able to achieve so much at Hood College that we're really proud of, for building that program up to being one of the top contenders in the MAC each and every year, a total rebrand of our culture and our play style. And, you know, I couldn't be more excited for where that program is trending. And then, you know, at the end of this season, I saw that Bryn Athyn opened up, and I really like the CSAC. I think it's a great league. I think that there's a lot of opportunity and potential. And so when Bryn Athyn opened up, it piqued my interest right away. I talked to my AD. I talked to my boss, Chad Dickman, and I was like, hey, I think I want to go after this job. Would you guys be able to help put in a good word for me? And that was around mid-February. And the process went through until late April when they offered me the job. And, you know, for me, the main reason why Bryn Athyn is the fact that I'm someone that is so big on relationships. That's why I coach. You know, obviously I love to compete. I love to win, but, you know, basketball is just my platform to impact lives, and to find an institution that is so centered on relationships and investment into the students as people. And to also find an institution that is so mission driven, that aligns with my own core values. It was a no-brainer for me to come to Bryn Athyn.
Okay, so you were at Lancaster Bible and you were at Hood College, so you have the D3 background. So, you know, what makes Division III so special in your mind?
Yeah, I think for me, I'm a fan of the smaller institutions. Every institution I've been to has been a small school. And that's not to say that big schools can't have the impact. It's just, for me personally, where I've had the most rewarding experience, it's been at these smaller institutions that you have a chance to grow as a person in multiple ways, not just as a student, not just as a person, not just as an athlete. They really challenge you. And you do get that personal investment. You know, you're not just a number on a page, and you have multiple stakeholders that are coming alongside you in your journey to help empower you to your dreams. And so that's why I really champion the motto of Division III athletics.
So talk about your time at Hood. Obviously, Hood is in the MAC, which is now an 18-team conference, and there are some heavy hitters in that conference. You have the Messiahs, you have the Wagners, you have the Stevensons, and now you're leaving, but York is coming in. So you guys pretty much did hold your own in the MAC against some tough teams. So, you know, just talk about your time at Hood and the competition and how you guys, you know, did in that monstrosity conference of the MAC.
It is a monster, and that's what we tell. So when we had recruits come in and we talk about our league, you know, oftentimes the MAC doesn't get the national attention it deserves, but every team 1 through 9 can play. Lycoming was picked last in our preseason poll, and they won the league this past year. You cannot sleep in the MAC. If you're not ready to play, you're going to get beat by 20. And it's somewhat unique because in other leagues, you might have the bottom feeders that, you know, all right, this will be a win. We can kind of tune up here. In the MAC, that's really not the case. Widener was so tough, and we have a multitude of playing styles in the league. It's not just, you know, one particular style that favors everyone. There's a lot of different play styles, which makes it very unique in our preparation. But it was definitely something for our guys to understand. Every game matters in conference play. You know, that one loss the last game before winter break in conference play. That could come back to bite you in seeding, if you don't get a home game in playoffs. So it's definitely it was definitely a great learning experience for me for my first 4 years to be a college coach, to be in such a great conference where there was so many good battles.
And there's a lot of good battles in this conference, and you'll get to see that in 2021. So, looking at the CSAC, what do you know about, obviously you've probably seen some of our teams on tape, and what can you say about the style of play here in the CSAC?
Yeah, I think it's very unique because, again, there's a couple different play styles in the CSAC. One of my good coaching friends is Jason O'Connell at Cairn University, and he's done a phenomenal job building that program from the ground up. Cincinnati's tough, and they're going to be really tough this year with who they have coming back, and they have one of the best scorers in the country. And so with the CSAC, it's definitely going to be a challenge. But what I've tried to preach to my guys is that we could do something really special, but we have to value each possession. We have to value each game, and it's not necessarily what happens. Like, winning doesn't happen in the 40 minutes of game time. It happens the preparation. It happens in the Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, leading up to the Saturday home game or Saturday road game in conference play. So, preparation is going to be very important. The league, there's a lot of parity in the league. There's not really a big separation from number 1 and number 8 or 9. So that's something too that we have to be ready to go.
And obviously, the last question I want to ask you, Sean, is that obviously becoming a new head coach, especially for the first time, has its challenges. You have that other challenge on top of it with the situation that we're in with COVID-19, where you're not on campus and you're not seeing your student athletes every day. What kind of challenges have you had starting off, and what are some of the things that you've done to stay connected with your student athletes in this time where we're all pretty much isolated?
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely been a very unique challenge. I don't know how many coaches have experienced something like, well, probably not many, going through a global pandemic for their first job. But we've been really intentional as a staff to connect with our guys. I think, the first thing I did when I got hired is I FaceTimed every single one of the returners to start building relationships and to, allow them to get to know me, and then for them to understand, like, as much as, one of the main reasons why I picked Bryn Athyn was because of them. I know they didn't pick me as their coach. They committed to Bryn Athyn under Coach Baxter, who did a great job building up the program. But, for me, there's a big drawing factor in the fact that we have a lot of roster continuity. We have 10 returners coming back, and I feel really good about the guys that we have coming back. And so, being really intentional with team meetings over Zoom, FaceTime. We've been doing some small group stuff as well. So that way we can start building our identity, our culture, and laying down the foundational blocks of who we are as Bryn Athyn men's basketball, what our core values are. And it's been really rewarding. It's definitely unique, but I know I cannot wait for us to get on campus to finally have that first in-person meeting.